All right, so this is the section on the cryptography part of cryptocurrency. So it's based around this concept called public key cryptography, okay? And I'm going to explain what it is and how it works, okay? So public key cryptography. This is a way to transfer. You can do a couple of very important things with it. You can transfer a secret message over an unsecure network between two parties. Okay? So this is how public key cryptography is actually how every secure web browser works. You know, you go on a website, you buy something, there's that lock icon, and that tells you that between you and the server, it cannot be intercepted in the middle, even though it's a public internet. Okay, so the way public key cryptography works is that there is, let's say I have here's me, okay, and I generate what's called is a public and private key pair. So there is I generate a private key, which is like a string of numbers, and there is a matching public key. All right, which is also a string of numbers. Okay. Now, if I want to pay money or send a message or do something with this to another party, then what I do, of course, you keep your private key private. You never share. And in the case of, something like Aloha Coin, you never share your private key. But your public key, you can share. So you can send it to so-and-so. Okay? Now, if the way this works is that only the possessor of the private key can decrypt the message if there's an encrypted message sent. So this person B can encrypt something, wrap it up in a box using the public key, and then send it back, and it can only be read by the possessor of the private key. So anyone else in the middle, looking, doesn't have the private key, so it can't read the message. Okay, so this is how encrypted email works. This is how secure websites work. Now, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies use the same method, but they use it for transferring ownership of money. So here's how this works. You have a private key, okay? And then let's say you want to receive money, okay? Let's say you want this person to pay money to you, okay? So you send them your public key, okay? And then that person, to send money to you, uses your public key, okay? And then it says like, okay, we're going to send like, half a coin, okay? And then that goes out to the network. So that goes out to the network, is that basically it says, you know, the coin that they possess, they actually have their own public key and private key. Okay. Okay. So they have a public private key pair as well. Okay. And they have coin in this account. Okay. Or this address. So what happens is that your public key and so you're the receiver of money, the sender of the money. Both your keys get recorded into the blockchain ledger, okay? And then everybody knows that this half a coin now belongs to you and not person B. So in the future, you can use your private key, like let's say there's another party you want to buy something from, okay? You can then use your private key to, you know, send coin to them. So they have their own public private pair, right? So then you send this this coin now belongs to you, and you can send part of it to their public address. Okay? So this is how the payment system works. And when you send it to that address, the miners record another block in the blockchain. Okay? And everybody in the whole world can see that now your address sent a certain number of coin to this person's address. Okay? And then it just keeps going on. And over time, there's more entries in the ledger. Everyone gets updated about it. And there's trust that this all works because there is extreme disincentives toward trying to break this. It's actually like, it's not practical at all to try and break the system. So in this way, you can have digital money which can never be counterfeited. Okay. What I like to say is that cryptocurrency, you cannot counterfeit it. The coin can only belong to one address at any one time. Now, it could be stolen just like any other currency. You can steal gold, you can steal dollars, you can steal stuff from people's credit cards. You can steal coins. So there's certain sort of financial literacy or education that needs to be done. Is like, how can you protect your money? Okay, you know, just like you learn, like, hey, you know, I tell my son, you know, you go out to the store, don't take your whole, like, all your money in your wallet. You know, just leave most of it at home and just take what you're going to spend. So those kind of things will still apply in the cryptocurrency situation. So I'm going to get into that a little bit too. Okay, I'm going to talk about something called a wallet. Okay. Okay. So a wallet, in terms of cryptocurrency, it holds, you know, it holds your public and private keys. You actually can have multiple public private keys, like a whole list of them. Okay, so basically, it's so you could have you know, you have your private key and then the public key, private key, public key, and so on. So every one of these can be, and basically the total of all the coin in all your addresses will add up to, you know, a certain amount. So, you know, so like, you know, if it's like, you know, like if you have like a number which is your total of all your private and public keys, which is in your wallet. Now, I just gotta say something. So I know why they created the term wallet is because they had this idea that a wallet, you know, you got a wallet, right? and a wallet, you carry your money around, right? So you got money in your wallet, okay? So the problem is it doesn't actually relate, okay? Because with cryptocurrency, your money is not in your wallet, okay? Your wallet is like a bunch of addresses, okay? So your money is in the blockchain, in the public ledger, okay? So actually, like, you know, when I talk about the, you know, the blockchain, you know, everybody has a copy of the blockchain. Your money is in there, you know? So, or the conception of your money. So this is not a wallet. This is actually contains keys, okay? So it actually is a keychain. Okay? The reason why I say it's a keychain, okay, so it's not this, you know, it's this, all right? So the reason why it's like every key, right? Every single key that you have could have unlock money somewhere on the blockchain. So every one of these keys could unlock money on the blockchain. So now what can you do with keys? Can you make copies of your wallet physically? No, it's no good, you know, because, you know, that'll be counterfeiting the money, right? So, but you can make copies of your keys. You can give them to your friend, your auntie, your keiki, you know, whoever. And, you know, you're not making copies of your door. You're not making copies of your house. You're making copies of your keys, okay? But it's all the same, unlocks the same thing. There's only a single thing, okay? So just conceptually, you know, people talk about a wallet, like you know, you're gonna have an Aloha Coin wallet, but really it works more like a keychain, okay? So I just gotta get that off my chest. Now, wallets. Generally, there's different kind of wallets. So normally, if you were to go to alohacoin.info, right, you download the software, which is called Aloha Coin QT. It's going to create a wallet file on your computer when you install it the first time, okay? So I'm not gonna, it's different for different computers, but basically there's a file somewhere that's going to be called wallet.dat, okay? And this is the file that contains by default is, sorry, so wallet.dat, this is the file that's going to contain your public-private key pairs. Now when you run the software, like, it never will show you your private keys, but they're in there, okay? It only shows you your public keys, okay? The reason is like, if your friend is over, like looking over your shoulder, like on your computer, well, they can, you know, take a picture with the iPhone, and, you know, if they were to see your private key, they can like take all the money inside your wallet, and you wouldn't know who took it. So they never ever show the private key when you're running the software. But there is a way to like run special command to get it out if you really need to. What it shows you is the public keys. So another thing though is that if you need to make a backup of your wallet file somehow, like whether, you know, it's on another USB drive, or there's actually ways you can print them out, right? So there's a way you can print out the, you know, the wallet. You know, it's not, I mean, it's not that easy to do, but it's possible. Usually what they do is you back up your file somewhere, just like, you know, any other backups. And usually what you want to do is put a passphrase on it. It's like a password that you're going to remember, okay? Because that will mean that nobody can spend, even if someone gets a copy of your wallet, they cannot spend it unless they put in the passphrase, you know. So that's also important. So we're probably going to have some guidance in the future. It's like just kind of like financial literacy, like how to manage your wallet, how to manage your keys. You know, there's a lot of learning stuff, but I wanted to go through that principle right now. Okay, so for my next segment, I have my assistant, Kavena. He's going to help us to act out a purchase, okay? And I'm gonna purchase. What is that? You got squash?
Yeah.
Squash. All right. So this is what they eat on the East Coast, right? So of the continental U.S. So it's good in the fall and the winter. Okay. So we're gonna use Aloha Coin, and we both have wallets. Okay, with a public key. So basically, it has a private key and a public key. Okay. And he has one too. It's upside down, but doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So, you're selling?
I'm selling this squash.
Okay. How much Aloha Coin does that cost?
4.
4 Aloha Coin? Oh, yeah. Bro. All right. So, will you take 3?
Yeah, I'll take 3.
Okay, I take 3. So I'm gonna pay Kavena 3 Aloha Coin. Okay. So basically, I already have like a wallet, right? And it has a public and a private key in there. Okay. So they're paired, right? So I'm gonna, in this case, I'm the one with the coin. So I'm gonna hold my private key, and usually it's in a smartphone or something, on an app. But so just pretend I have that here. Okay, and Kavena, I need to see your public key. Okay. So like this is your public key, right? So show me your public key. Okay. So don't show me the private key. Okay. So he's not going to show. He's the merchant, right? So he's not going to show me the public key. I can pay him money to his public key, and he gets it. Okay. The private key, he has to keep it hidden. And you know what? Like actually, there's a case where if he's a merchant, he doesn't want to get jacked, right? Like someone steals his like private keys because they like held them up, like the 7-Eleven or something. He can actually like leave this physically somewhere else. So like you can put this in your safe. Here, go put it in your safe. Okay. Okay. Now come back. Come back because I gotta buy your food. All right. Okay. Do you have your public keys on you?
Yeah, it's right here.
No, that's yeah. Well, yeah, your public key. How about your private keys?
No.
No, why?
Because this is my safe.
Okay. Where's your safe?
Somewhere.
Okay. All right. Right on. Okay. No problem. Okay. So so basically, I'm gonna pay him 3 Aloha Coin, right? So show me your public key, right? Yeah. And I use my private key to encrypt like a payment. And actually, you do need a computer for this. So he doesn't need a computer necessarily to accept the money, but of course it helps. But what's more important is that, so pretend I have my wallet in here, right? And then I'm gonna like scan his public key and go beep, beep, and say like 3 Aloha Coin, right? And it's gonna go in, and and then it's gonna go on the network, right? And then once it gets added to the blockchain, so like a couple, I don't know, depending on the network, but it could be a minute or so later, you're gonna check, and then you can check. Okay, did you get the money?
Yes.
Okay, so the money went to his account. He can verify independently that he got paid, and he got paid the right amount from my address, and I can see on mine that it cleared, and then 3 Aloha Coin was deducted from my wallet. So I will see that the price in my wallet went down. So then now he's gonna give me the food, right? So that is basically like how it works. And there's actually ways that you can actually print, like I just printed this out like from the thing, and you can do public-private key pairs, and then basically just say like, hey, if you're gonna pay me money, just send it to my thing. Okay, so that's like a little explanation of how a transaction would actually happen in the real world. Okay, so mahalo. Right. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up this this video. Just to summarize, cryptocurrency concepts. We went over types of currency, types of ledgers, the nature of money, what 3 things make something money, and more specifics about public key encryption, what's a public key and a private key, the necessity to keep your private keys private, because that's how you control your coin, and what a wallet is, which holds your keys to your coin, and how to sort of manage it, and actually, acting out a hypothetical transaction using Aloha Coin. So mahalo nui. Thanks for tuning in. If you get any questions, comments, you want to, part of this is just to like generate discussions, so please submit comments anyway, via the YouTube, Facebook, call me up, whatever, talk story, and this is part of the education for us, and we gotta get in there before somebody else grabs the pie. All right, right on. Mahalo.